Hey guys, so for the third shaped card video that I'm going to do, I've been on a bit of a fruit and veggie pun thing, so why not do one more? And I have a little bit of a twist with this one, so hopefully this will be quite a fun thing to do for you guys. So I have put together an image of some peas in a pod from Country Life Cricut cartridge. And as with all the other ones, I have created a shaped card for this as the base card. So to do that, I copied the shadow. This one came with a shadow. I copied the shadow twice. I then used the center align, which is on the top bar of Cricut Design Space, so that the images go straight on top of each other. You don't even have to try and line them up. It's great. I then flipped it, and there's a button next to the alignment one on the top bar. I then flipped it vertically so that my hinge was on this edge, because I couldn't find an edge that I thought was better suited for that. So that's why this one's flipping up rather than sideways like the other two. Once I'd flipped my image vertically, and my cat may make an entrance, I then moved the image that was already highlighted, the one that I'd flipped. I used my arrows on my keyboard to push it up so that there was just a little overlap on that edge there, because you need it to overlap. So you don't want it like this, because it will just cut down the center. You need it to actually overlap a little bit. How far you overlap is up to you, but I make sure there's enough of an overlap, and then you can score and fold it like so. Super easy to do. Once you've got your overlap where you want it, you then hit the weld button, which is in the bottom right hand corner of the Cricut Design Space. You can do this on the Gypsy as well. The Cricut Craft Room I'm not au fait with. I had the Gypsy before, so I know it works on the Gypsy the same way. And that's the shaped card. Now, to make this a little bit different, because this is quite a little card, you know, you could have this as a card. I mean, it's sweet. It could go, you could make it into a tag and put it with a little prezi or something. But I'm going to do something a little bit different. So I think I'm going to pop these up onto the card base just for some fun. So I'm just going to get some pop dot dimensionals, whatever you want to call them. You can use foam tape, you can cut down. And I will cut some of this down just because I need some smaller pieces for this guy, because he's a little bit delicate, so you know, we want him to be nice and sturdy. So I'm just going to get these peeled off. Like I say, I put this together just to save a bit of time on the video, because I'm doing these as a walkthrough rather than a you know, like a lot of my other videos I'll do voiceovers and things for, but I thought this would be nice just to do this like so. Oh no, it should fit. I'm going to open this up and just line this up. I decided to also go with a blue, this is Night of Navy Stampin' Up! Cardstock for the background. Just make sure you don't have any overhang with your adhesive or it will stick to stuff. So you could use this as a card like that, as a little shaped card, and I thought the blue as the shadow, the navy, worked really nicely. But what I decided to do was to just, you know, mix it up a bit. So I have a piece of cardstock. This is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of Night of Navy. I then have some pink, powder pink, Stampin' Up. This is all Stampin' Up stuff. And I'm going to just adhere this. I cuddlebugged this, so you know, another old school thing. I used an embossing folder, Cuttlebug embossing folder, and I just used the Stylized Flowers, I think is what it's called. It's a really old school one. It's been around for donkey's years. Mind you, I've been around for donkey's years, so there's that. But I just used that. I just thought the flowers just worked really well with the little peas. And then I brought the colour I chose from the little flowers that are on the peas themselves. So that's where the colour comes in for that. I am then going to stick this onto this. Now this is just a piece of cardstock. This isn't a card, but because this is quite little, I wanted to put this on here just as something different. So once it's on here, the card will actually be like so. So I thought that was pretty cool. I do say so myself. So I'm going to stick the base now to the panel that we've created. And I'm going to have this about here, if I remember right. Yep, perfect. I'm just going to open it so that I can really stick that down. If you're using a dry adhesive, just make sure you've got enough dry adhesive, because you are sticking it to an embossed piece of paper, and because it's raised in areas, a wet adhesive just works better, I think. But if you are using a dry adhesive, then just bear that in mind. I might need a bit more at the top there, but that's fine. So I'm going to leave that like that for a minute, and then I have my sentiment. So let me just stick this on here. So this is just, again, I've just taken the blue, taken the navy from the shadow and from the base bit for another base layer, and then the green I've taken from the actual peas themselves. And I'm just creating almost like a little, I don't know, it's just like a couple of layers like you would on a card. I used the pink initially, but it was almost like too much pink because this is quite a chunk of pink in the background. So that's why I grabbed the green instead. I was actually going to use the darker pink here, but it was too much. So I went back to the green part because the pink is more of an accent than the green. The green is the main, the green and the blue. So I've just created a little like plaque thing, if you like. And I haven't even changed my stamp out. That's how organised I am. Just put that there. Right, I'm using my pink stamper Fruit and Veggie Puns. Just have to find the stamp. And I'm going to just line that up. I just worked on the size of this, why does that look swank? The size of this little piece is, let me zoom you in. This piece here is in relation to the size of the stamp, so that it would fit there. Does that make sense? Probably didn't make sense, but we're going with it. And I think I might use the Flirty Flamingo. Don't know if this is, I probably should have done this first. This might be a disaster. Don't know if I'm gonna like this. It's not bad. The Flirty Flamingo is the darker pink over here, so that then brings that in. So it says loving you is easy peasy, ha 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 ha. Oh, let's zoom out a bit, it's a bit close now. And I'm going to grab some more pop dot dimensional thingy mabobbies, whatever these things are called. You can use some foam, you know, the foam on a roll sort of thing, and you can just cut it down if you need to. Stick, man. Honestly. And this is just going to go in this top corner here. Somewhat straight. That's not straight. Straight enough. And there you go. So it's a bit different, but I thought it was quite cute. So bear in mind, just to remind you, This is just a piece of cardstock. Your card, if I can get it, is the shaped image here. And again, you can write with some white gel pen on the in there, or you know, a gel pen that will show up, you know, silvers, golds, that probably work as well. So I hope you like this, guys. It's again just a quick 10-minute video just to show you something a little bit different that you could do to create a shaped card. This is obviously the third, probably for a little bit. I'll probably go back to something else in a while, but I just wanted to get these out to you guys. I suddenly had this whim to go back to the old days and making shaped cards, and bear in mind you can do this at any shape. If you've got thin dies, you can use the as long as your card's folded, you can actually just use the die just on the edge. I actually have another Cricut video that I showed you with the little bird on it, and I used some Paisley Spellbinder dies to cut the shape of the card, so you can do that with your shaped dies. But this way, if you've got something like your Gypsy or your Cricut Design Space, Cricut Craft Room, if that's still going, I don't know, or that kind of designy software, you can use any shape pretty much to make a shaped card. So flowers, so just think outside the box, just look at the whole shape of the image and then create from there. And most shapes and most images will work. So yeah, so I hope you like this little mini Cricut series in the middle of everything else going on in my life. But I hope this was fun, and I hope to see you next time, guys. Bye.